Okay. Digvijay, let's start. I don't think anybody else is joining. So, okay. You were there yesterday, right? I mean, I saw your attendance, but were you present? Because I didn't hear your voice. Digvijay, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have shared in the unofficial group, sir. Wait in 5 minutes, all people will join.
Mm, ठीक है. I'll wait for another 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. I'm starting now. I'll just share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yesterday, unfortunately, I did not save that our halfway done experiment. So I'll just tell it to you over here. I figured out what mistake I was doing. Okay. So if you remember, we had two PCs. Okay. They were connected by a switch. Okay. The switch was connected to a router. This is network one. It was connected to another router and with one PC. Okay. PC, switch, router, PC. Now, this is network one. This was network two. Okay. I was trying to ping this router from this PC from here to here. I was trying to ping router 2 from this PC. Now the problem was that the data was traveling from here. It goes from PC to switch, goes to router 1, and then goes to router 2. The problem is coming back because router 2 does not know about this network or this path. Okay. So his message will go back only to the router and end. Why it will end? Because it doesn't know about this network. For him, there is only one router. So for router 2, the network is like this. Okay. This is his network. He doesn't know about anything that is existing over here inside. Okay. Inside this network. Hence, we needed to add a route. Okay. A route to router 2, telling him that there is a network over here beyond this, or a network attached to this router 1. So I was going and writing a command which is IP route to the network that you want to go and from where you want to go. Okay. So the command goes IP route to the network that you want to go to and from which interface or router you want to go to through. Okay, from. My first mistake was I did IP route 192.168.0.1. I added the subnet mask 255.255.255.0, and so this is my IP route. This is my 2 part, and in the from part, what I did was I put this our interface. Okay, 10 dot I think it was 18.0 dot I think it was 1. Okay, so this is our from part. So this was my first mistake, which is putting a specific IP. Okay, if you check the format, okay, the syntax, it is network. It is supposed to be network and not an IP. Therefore, it should have been 192.168.0.0 first. So in order to fix this, I typed the second command, which was IP route. This time I fixed the network 255.255.255.0. Okay. This again became my 2 network. And now I have to put the from part. So in this, the second mistake was I put the interface which was inside 192.168.0.3. If you remember, it was like this somewhere. The 192 interface was inside and the 200 interface was outside. The problem with this is that the 192 is a private IP, and even if you add it, the router will not know it. What you need here is an interface or route interface which is outside. Okay, so the outside part of the router. Okay, so now the fixed command looks something like this. It is IP route 192.168.0.0, the subnet mask 5.255.0. This is our 2, and in from, which is the router interface, it will go like 200.18.0.1 from. So this is the correct command, and this would have worked. Okay, I checked it. Unfortunately, I don't have the setup saved. So this is the command. Okay, now we'll do one with the manual. Okay, experiment 5 will go through manual so that you guys can understand. And experiment 5. and we will be done with our experiments. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you have got the manual, but from my side, I have submitted the manual to be given. Okay. The final one is ready. So this is the setup. We have PCs, two routers, switches, and a server. This is the setup. Okay. Let's put the things in place. So we have, let's put the computers first. So we have a computer, a server, sorry, okay, server, and a PC on this side. Uh, yeah. What was else in the setup? We had two switches and two routers. So in network devices, switches, take the normal general switch. Another one. And let's connect these two networks with the help of a router. Again, a PT router, general purpose. The next, or rather mostly used two are, one is 1941 or 2911. 4331 is pretty modern, and again, a little bit more used. So it's 4331, 2911, this PT1, or if you want to use something where is old or old configurations, old systems, use 1841. Okay, let's make the connections. Again, I'm choosing automatic one. If you have preference or you are very well averse with the um, cables that you need to use, please go ahead and directly choose the one that you want. Between routers, serial connection is default. Okay. Mm. Let's add nodes. It's talking about the specific IPs, but I will directly go to the final image where the nodes are there. This one. Okay. Again, it's in the manual. You can go through it on your own. So we have 10 network and a 20 network, 10 private, 20 private. Let's put the nodes. We have dot 2, dot 3, and here we have again dot 2. So a note over here with 10.10.10.2, a note over here with 10.10.10.3, 10 dot, sorry, this becomes a different network with 20.20.2. This is what? 10's gateway. So sorry. So 10.10.10.1, and this is 20's gateway. I think, yeah. A note is missed over here, but you can choose your own. Just make sure that it is in the same network. So I'm going to choose 20.20.1. Okay. We have our private IPs, a private network of 20, and then we have its NATed public IP of 60. Same thing over here. The experiment that I was showing you yesterday was kind of a shortcut where direct public IPs were made and the demonstration was showed. This is, there are just 3 to 4 commands more in order to put the NATing through the terminal, but the functionality stays the same. So we have private, it's the private network. And then we have this public NATed network, which is 60.60.60.0. Same for our previous network. Private is 10.10.10.0 and public is 50.50.50.0. Let's put our interfaces. Okay. Although 192 is a what do you say, private series, in this demonstration it can work. 192 works as well. Okay. ठीक है. Let's put those 192.168. Sorry. 192.168.10.2 and then 10.1. Let's go back. Okay. If you see, we are configuring the IP addresses. So we do the same for PCs, servers, the interfaces or the gateways, okay, for the routers, and then for, as in the screenshots of where we are doing it. Okay. So this is PC and this is routers. Okay. Again, routers up to here. And this is the final layout. Let's configure. I think by now you must have understood how we configure the IPs. So I go here, I go into desktop, IP configuration, and we have 10.10.10.2. Click anywhere else. Mask is directly calculated. I can put the default gateway here, but it won't work right now because the interface is red. Okay, so if I put 10.10.10.1, it should be configured, but it won't work because this is red and I haven't set up this IP over here and I haven't switched on the router. Just check if our interface is FA0,0. It is. Let's put our gateway IP and switch it on. And now it will work because the interface is up. Same for the second router. Sorry, 1 and switch it on. There is one more remaining, which is this inter router between the routers. It's still red and I haven't configured that interface. If you click on this red down arrow, you'll see that it is SE2,0, which is serial 2/0. So let's put our yeah. I advise you to choose public IPs, not private range of 192. But like I said, since it is not an actual life scenario, real life scenario, you're not configuring for something else, this will work or it is supposed to work. Otherwise, technically, in real life situation, this should give you an error only because these are private IPs that you are setting on the outer interface of a router. Switch it on. Everything is on and done. Okay. So as per our manual, we are good on track. Next. Again, this is a older version with a little bit older figures. The manual that will be given to you will have the updated information. Okay, so first we'll go here. Okay, so on router 0 we have to tell router what is the inside and outside. Okay, we need to tell him what is inside NAT, what is outside NAT. So as for our figure, so I am going to tell my router that hey, this portion over here is inside, and this this other portion over here is outside. I'm going to do the same with router 2 as well. So the commands for that are, so you enter to the interface that you want, and then you say IP NAT inside. You can ignore this because our interface 1,0 is not there. And you do the same for your interface serial 2,0. Okay, so I choose my first router. Okay, I go into its CLI. I'm already in the configuration mode. If you see config, if I want it through the terminal, I'll just exit to last. I am in enable mode. You can see with the hashtag, you go config T, and you are in the config by terminal mode. Okay. So what was the commands? It was interface, serial, and IP outside, and for fast Ethernet is inside. How you verify? You verify this. If you see over here, which is the inside arrow, it is FA 0,0. So we go interface, fast Ethernet 0/0. We are in it. Then we say IP NAT inside, and that's it. We exit. Okay, that's it. If you see in the manual, 1, 2, and 3. That's all the commands that you need to tell a router which interface is which. So we have told him that everything on this left side over here is inside NAT. Now let's do it for the outside one. So we go again, interface, serial 2/0 or 0, IP NAT outside. Okay, exit. We are done. We do the same thing for router 1. Go into CLI. We are already in command line where we need command prompt where we need to be, or the configuration mode. So I'll just type it directly over here. Interface, again, check if it is what interface it is. FA 0,0. So interface fast Ethernet 0, sorry, yeah, 0/0. We say IP NAT inside, exit. We do for the outside one, interface serial 2/0, IP NAT outside. We do exit. Okay. Now both our routers know that this network attached to it is the inside NATed interface, inside NATed network, whatever you want to call it. And same way for the router one for its right side. So he knows that the network to my right is going to be NATed. Let's see what the next steps are. Okay, so in like I told you in the last experiments, we did a shortcut by directly assigning public IPs and avoiding these NATing commands. In this manual way, you are going to go make the configurations via the terminal. So now we have to NAT our private IPs. Okay, so 20 20.20.2 is our private IP, and we are NATing it to 60.60.60.2. So we are converting our private IP address to a public IP address which is visible to the public internet. Okay, so that is the network address translation that we are doing. We are converting our private IP to the public IP. Again, it does not mean that it is completely changed. For our internal structure, our private IP still stays the same. It's just for the other network over here on the right side, for him, it is 50-50 network. Okay, so back to this. Okay, so let me, yeah. It's not that the IP conversion, it means that it is changed. It only means for this PC, the PC over here is no longer 10, it is actually 50. 50 dot what is given to him after the natting. Okay, so that's why we convert, and we hid our private IP from this network over here. We do the same for this. So for this PC, his IP is not 20, but actually 60.60.60 dot whatever we change it to. Okay, that is natting. As a experiment question, your self-study will be to research what is IP natting overload. Okay, what is dynamic natting overload? What does it mean? Right now, I am doing the normal one. So what is overload? You need to self-study or research it on your own. Okay, so this is on router 1. Let's do it. IP NAT inside source static the IPs. You don't need to remember them because they are in the manual, but I guess as in the exam you probably would, but a simple Google search will help you anyway. So IP NAT, what you're natting, the inside source. Okay, statically you are natting it, the IP of the source that you want to NAT, and what do you want to NAT it to. ठीक है, so IP NAT कर रहा हूं inside source, statically कर रहा हूं, dynamically नहीं, इसीलिए the static keyword of the IP 20.20.20.2 to 60.60.60.203, sorry. Okay, press enter and you can exit. IP inside, IP NAT inside, we have already done. We have already put it over here somewhere. Where did that go? This year, IP NAT inside. We have already already told the router what it is. So it doesn't matter. You can do it. Okay. Incomplete command because we are already done it. Why incomplete command? Because I haven't put this first. Interface Ethernet 0,0 or interface serial 2,0. That is why it is coming as incomplete command. If I had put that, it would have worked. But again, we have put it first. If you put it again later on after this, doesn't matter. It will still work. Okay. So then I hope you remember this point. So before or after won't matter, but you need to tell them what inside outside NAT will be. And the complete command is by going to that interface, not directly. Okay. Okay. Now we do for the other router. I think it's before. Yeah, here. Don't worry, this is an older version. In the newer version, these mistakes are fixed. If not, if you observe them, please do let us know. Okay. Did I make? ठीक है, राउटर 1 में चेंजेस हो गए. नाउ इन राउटर 0 एज इन दिस वन हियर हमने यहाँ राइट साइड में किया Now on the left side. So what is it? It is IP NAT inside source statically the two machines that we got 50.50.50.2. If you press the up arrow key, the previous command will come up and all you have to do is change the last digits and it's done. Exit, exit again. Let's see, show IP route. Sorry, I haven't added the IP route, so it won't come. Yeah, my bad. Show IP NAT translation. Yes. So there is another command which is show IP NAT translation, which will show you if your NATing has been successful. So as you can see, it has been. Inside global is 50.2 wala .3 wala, and inside local is 10.2 10.3. So our NATing is successful. Inside global is the this left wale ka global IP, public IP, which is 50. Inside local is यहाँ inside का अंदर का private IP. So what will be the outside local and outside global? Any idea? ठीक है. So the outside global will be this other networks public IP, and outside local will be the, sorry, where this goes. Yeah. And outside local will be the 20. Okay. This is not here yet because there has been no communication between the two. Okay. And you see these lines, right? So they will be added after the communication is done, translation is done. That is how logs are generated. That is how a network administrator or a security analyst will check the logs to see which who has been communicating with who, where has the mapping done, and he will see all this. Again, it is not so simple as it works because care has been taken to maintain the anonymity, privacy. So you can generally see public to public, but you won't be able to see the mapping of the outside global to inside local. ठीक है? तो ये जो ये था public 60 60 60 to 10 10 10 ये नहीं दिखेगा. You will generally see 50 to 60 which is public. और जो यहाँ बैठा है इस नेटवर्क में लेफ्ट साइड में अगर कोई सिक्योरिटी एडमिन बैठा है तो ही विल बी एबल टू सी द मैपिंग बिटवीन 50 to 10. तो फिर थोड़ा लॉजिक लगाना पड़ेगा कि कौन सा कम्युनिकेशन कहाँ से आए, कौन सा डेटा कहाँ से आए, कि द लॉजिक और मैपिंग ऑफ this network's public to this network's private is almost not possible. ठीक है? This is from a security perspective. Okay, let's continue. Sorry. Yeah. Now there is one thing remaining. So we have NATed our private IPs. We have configured the IPs on our devices, and now there is one more thing that we need to do. What is it? So if I, for example, if I do this, it is successful. But if I do this, it is failing. The same thing, if I do this, it is failing. So why is it failing and what should I do? When the start of the lecture bola tha, at least the people who were there in the start At least take a guess. ठीक है. So I need to add routes. I need to tell router 0 कि यहाँ पे क्या नेटवर्क है, कौन सा है, कैसे है. The same thing I need to do with router 1. I need to tell him कि router 0 को कौन से networks attached है. And this is exactly what we are going to do. बस वो एक चीज बाकी है कि to tell them what is where. ठीक है. So the command for it is IP route, like I said, network and through what interface. So open router 0 over here. Let's go back to our configuration mode, enable config T, and let's put these commands. So we have 60.0.0.0 and 255.2, sorry, 0.0.0, 192.162 dot, sorry, it's 168. Our network is not that. Let's just check. ठीक है, वही है क्या? So we have our 60 का network in the right. Okay, 255 उसका subnet mask and is going to 2, which is here, which is correct. So I press enter. Now let's see if a more restricted version of ये जाता है. Okay, we'll see that in the other router. ठीक है, so exit. And now if I see show IP route, you'll see our network is added over here, the second line. So what is C? C is connected. So it says that 10 is directly connected. 10 network is over here, right? It is directly connected, which is correct. Then it says that 60 via 192.168.10 is S. S is what? Static. Why static? Because I added it myself, right? I put the commands and added it. So which is correct. So this 60 wala network, which is on the right, is connected via 192.168.10.0. Sorry, 10.2. ठीक है वो. And another connected interface network is 192.168.10.0, which is directly connected. जो ये वाला है. ठीक है. So now our router 0 knows. What does our router 0 know? He knows what this is directly connected. He knows this over here is statically connected, and he knows ये जो बीच वाला है, it is directly connected 192. So we have 3 interfaces and 3 entries. Let's do the same for our router 1. Let's go to config T. इस बार we'll try to put a more restrictive network. ठीक है, थोड़ा छोटा network try करेंगे. 60.0.0.0 was a bigger one. थोड़ा बड़ा था वो, तो इसको एक छोटा try करेंगे. Let's see if it works. 255.255.255.0 and through what it is going 192.168.10.1. ठीक है, it worked. So a restrictive entry also works. Show IP route and we have it. ठीक है, we have our main bigger network which is 50.0.0.0 and it tells you that it is subnetted with one subnet being 50.50.50.0 via 192.168.10.1. Okay, so since we added a more restricted, a smaller network, the entry came up as 50, that a bigger network is subnetted into a smaller network that is statically connected, the S that is here, to the what? To the router. Okay, 50.50.50.50.0 via 192 ये. You see the same thing over here. It's just that हमने पूरा बड़ा नेटवर्क, डायरेक्ट नेटवर्क ऐड किया है, उसको छोटा नहीं किया या फिर उसका छोटा वाला ऐड नहीं किया. This is the difference that you see in both. Okay. Okay, next steps. Next step is to ping. Let's do that. So router 1 close, router 0 close. You take PC 0, you go to command prompt, and let's ping. What are we going to ping? We are going to ping. Okay, let's try pinging this. Oh, sorry, this is the inside interface. Let's apna public is 60, right? So ping 60.60.60 dot. What are we going to ping? Okay. Yes, pinged private, no, public. Yeah. Okay. So I'll show you what happens with the private also, but okay. So public is accessible. You try its private IP and it is not. You get the reply from 10.1, which is here, that host is unreachable. Okay, because you are pinging the public IP. Again, I'll tell you what that is. What network address translation? It is for what? So that public IPs can communicate with each other. Public IP to public IP communication is possible. This communication is what goes on the internet. So what happened in our scenario is the message went here, it went to switch, it went to router. It was 10.10.10. Whatever it was, 2. Once it reached this router, it got converted to 50.50.50.2. Now this talks to this router. Okay, it sends the packet, it goes down, and it sees where our 60.60.60.60.2 is. Okay, so it goes to the router and it goes to here. Why? Because communication goes between public to public. In the other case, we were trying to ping 20.20.20.2, which is a private IP. A communication from a public to private is not allowed. Okay, so hence we did not get a reply. तो यहाँ से गया, which is a public IP, यहाँ इस router पे आया, but this router does not know 20. ठीक है, it does not know 20.20.20.2 वो is, and it is not allowed. It what is allowed? 60.60.60 is allowed. So this communication broke. Once this communication broke, it told कि भाई नहीं है मेरे पास and your ping doesn't work. And this guy sent back the message saying कि this 10.1. So you got a message from the interface saying reply from 10.10.10.1 destination host is unreachable. So the so this router told you कि the PC that you are trying to ping is unreachable. Okay, with the public IP, yes it is. With the private IP, no it is not. Okay, so our experiment was successful, it worked correctly. Okay, if we go back to the router thing, this. Okay. Where did, okay, I removed the ping one. Just a minute. Okay. Okay. And in the manual, there is more to it for a better understanding from the server. Okay. Go through the manual. So इसमें what it does is he tries to go to the website with the IP, public IP, which is accessible. But if you try the private IP, it comes to be request timed out. Okay. It's a better representation of how this translation works, how communication goes between public to public, how public to private IP communication is not allowed. So the public IP address and your DNS server works. Private IP, you don't get the website. Okay. You can check it in the manual. With this, we complete our experiment 5. All experiments are completed. I have already put the message for the dates that it was taught. Please go and check. If you have any doubts before your final exam, you can mail me. Okay. I don't know who left, but okay. If you guys have any doubts, please go ahead. Otherwise, you can drop off. We are done with our subject and with the subject for this semester. This is the final lecture. You and all the best for your exams next week. If you guys don't have any doubts, you can drop off as per your convenience. The bridge will be open for another 15 minutes. Okay, so your choice. Just ping me if you need me. Otherwise, I'll be away. Okay, I'll keep this meetings open for another 10 to 15 minutes. You can put any doubts. Okay, if you have any unit 1, 2, 3, whatever doubts, that they don't have to be regarding any lab doubts are also welcome. It's not restricted to only today's lecture because this is the concluding session. This is the final one.
सर क्वेश्चन बैंक कब तक मिल जाएगा फाइनल एग्जाम्स के लिए?
I don't know why. Fact, I mean, from my side, I have given it already. So I don't know when the college plans to give you. Let me check questions. Yeah, I have final question bank for all the 5 units. I had given them on 3rd. It was 5 days ago. So
Okay, sir.
talk to your um, college faculty once. I think Rahul sir or whoever it is. So I mean, I had submitted the question bank 5 days ago.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So any important topic which we have to prepare for final exams?
Important topic. Mm, not as such. Generally, what happens, there is a format. ठीक है कि 10% easy questions. So there are L1, L2, L3, L4, and L5 level questions. 1, 2 is considered. Sorry, 1, 2 is considered easy. 3, 4 is like medium. 5 is hard. Actually, 4, 5 is hard. This time I haven't uh, given it in that format, but generally the medium and hard part are almost 80% of your paper. Okay, depends on what kind of questions are. Level 5 questions are something where you have to um, put something on your own, as if you are going to make a new discovery or invent something. What is your take on it? So for example, uh, what are your future views on taking care of firewall? How would you improve the existing firewalls? What changes would you make? Okay, something like that on that level. Okay, so once you get the question bank, identify what those will be. Something that is की theoretical. ठीक है, for example OSI model से related अगर कुछ theoretical रहा, so that's going to be level 1 or 2. Okay, so I'll say spend less time on that and more on the other difficult questions. Topic wise though, everything is here, but let me check.
Yes.
Unit ठीक है, I think unit 1 and 2 is pretty theoretical and easy. Again, it is subjective, everybody can find different here, but I think unit 3, 4, 5 ज्यादा पढ़ लो. Yeah.
सर फाइनल प्रैक्टिकल्स में वाइवा भी होगा, तो वाइवास में प्रैक्टिकल्स रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस ही पूछे जाएंगे या फिर थ्योरी रिलेटेड भी?
Not necessarily. So again, it's more of कि majority questions experiment related होंगे, but it's not exhaustive, ये exclusive नहीं होता, because जो एक्सपेरिमेंट बना है उससे रिलेटेड भी अदर टॉपिक्स आते हैं. तो नेटिंग से रिलेटेड अगर कोई टॉपिक रहा विच इज जॉइंट, तो वो भी पूछेंगे. तो फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैंने फायरवॉल पूछा, ठीक है, तो फायरवॉल से रिलेटेड और भी चीजें आती है, जैसे लॉग्स आते हैं, कॉन्फ़िगरेशंस आते हैं, सेटिंग्स, व्हाटएवर यू वांट टू चेंज, प्रोडक्ट्स जो मार्केट में है, या फिर सम फायरवॉल्स के साथ यू आल्सो यूज intrusion detection systems, prevention systems. So even if someone doesn't go deep into that, at least वो पूछेंगे कि ये क्या होता है. At least you should know the full form. So in that sense कि आपको जो एक्सपेरिमेंट के टॉपिक्स है उससे अगर रिलेटेड, क्लोजली रिलेटेड कोई और टॉपिक है, तो उस पे you will get asked questions, but majority will stick to the experiment.
ओके सर. प्रैक्टिकल्स के लिए सर एक्सटर्नल एग्जामिनर आप ही होंगे या फिर कोई और होगा?
I don't know. I think that depends on college. अगर वो पूछते हैं तो most yes, then otherwise कोई और होगा.
ओके सर, थैंक यू.
Yeah, no problem.
Sir, is there anything out of question bank?
Is there anything out of?
Question bank?
Mostly not. Generally, questions are selected from the question bank. But again, I cannot be 100% sure. But mostly, or rather, most of the questions. So if there are 10 questions, 8 to 9 will be from question bank only.
Okay, okay. Sir, any question pattern?
Just a minute, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, what you were saying?
Sir, any question pattern?
Pattern in the sense like what?
तो जैसे कि टेक्निक TA1 पे जैसे आए थे
हाँ
दो
हाँ वैसे
क्वेश्चन
so you will
हाँ
have like question 1 or question 2 3 or 4 ऐसे करके you will have around I think कितने 50 marks का question है ना question paper
यस सर
हाँ तो around 10 questions 5 each so uh, 1 or 2 3 or 4 5 or 6 7 or 8 9 or 10 yes correct ऐसा होगा हर इसमें दो होंगे but
ओके
again
ओके
सो 5 ये जो 1 और 2 वाला पैटर्न है 10 तक ये तो चेंज नहीं होगा बट अगेन देयर इज अ स्मॉल चांस कि जनरली कैसे होता है फिर इफ यू वन क्वेश्चन में जैसे टीए 1 और 2 में था 5 के क्वेश्चंस थे राइट सो
Yes.
अगेन 90% श्योर कि वैसे ही होगा बट अदरवाइज देयर विल बी लाइक चेंज इन द मार्क्स ठीक है ऐसा extremely rare and almost not possible but कि एक ही क्वेश्चन होगा जो 10 मार्क का होगा आई दैट्स नॉट ये बट आई एम सेइंग कि थोड़ा मैनिपुलेशन बिटवीन द क्वेश्चंस हो सकता है दैट्स ऑल बट अगेन
Okay.
haven't seen up till in the last 1 or 2 year so mostly नहीं होगा
So where is the recording of labs?
when is the
Recording of labs.
मैंने एक मैसेज भेजा है देखो ग्रुप पे इफ यू सी
Yes sir. देखा मैंने.
2020 हाँ तो उस दिन के रिकॉर्डिंग्स देख लो उसमें है ठीक है
Okay sir. Okay sir.
हाँ या कहाँ गया वो मैसेज या सो इसके लिए एक्सपेरिमेंट 3 जो यूआरएल था वो तो रिसेंटली था वो तो लास्ट सैटरडे संडे ही पढ़ाया था 112 को सो वो तो इजीली मिल जाएगा एक्सपेरिमेंट 5 हमने अभी किया एक्सपेरिमेंट 4 उससे पहले था 24 नवंबर को सो ये जो लास्ट 3 एक्सपेरिमेंट्स है यू विल फाइंड इट फास्टर एंड इजियर एंड पहले जो 2 थे वो 10 तारीख को थे 10th नवंबर सो आई मीन ease के लिए उल्टा जाओ otherwise you can go numerical wise 1 2 3 4 5
Okay.
yeah
Thank you sir. No question.
Okay, thank you. All the best.